Welcome to Doctrine and Devotion, the podcast exploring Christian faith and practice from a Reformed Baptist perspective. My name is Joe Thorne. I'm the lead pastor of Redeemer Fellowship in St. Charles, Illinois.
And I'm Jay Fowler, executive pastor at Redeemer Fellowship.
Gotcha.
What do you mean, gotcha?
Yeah, you can't run from me.
I tried.
I know you're trying to run and hide, trying to distance yourself from me, create some distance. Man, I will find my man.
You like that ex-girlfriend? You can't take her.
Oh, I won't be ignored.
I left the state.
Yeah,
I did everything I could.
You're gonna find a boiled rabbit in your in your pot on your stove when you get home. Okay?
Now, how did you get this phone number though? That's the question I have. How did you get my new number?
Yeah, I had to call. I had to make a few calls. Yeah, I had to make a few calls and cash in a few favors, and and actually they wouldn't give me the number; they just dialed it on their phone. I'm using their phone, so I still don't know. So
okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that. All right, so I'm safe for the future then. I got a little bit of time left, a little bit of distance.
All right, so now listen. First of all, let me just say, because we haven't been able to see each other a whole lot, because of your quote, sickness, end quote, whatever. But I wanted to tell you, and I really wanted to tell you on Sunday, the 10th.
Okay.
That you're a good pastor. And I appreciate you. I'm thankful for you. I've got other pastors here at the church. It's you and Jimmy and Jeff and Pat. And
I am Jimmy, so it's not you and Jimmy.
No, yeah. Well, yeah. I see, the thing is, I can't keep all of the names straight, who belongs to who. So I kind of go through the list. But just saying, I got lots of pastors, and I'm grateful for them all. But man, I'm very grateful for you. You are a great friend. You are a great pastor, and I appreciate you.
All right, here we go.
Pastor Appreciation Month.
Here we go. Oh, I thought you were about to let me go.
No, are you kidding me?
I thought this was hey man, it's time for your resignation.
No, because then no one would do your stuff. So that would be bad. Yeah, that would be terrible. No, I'm not doing that.
Oh, you're not going to take care of it?
Do you think I could? There you go.
I'm not answering. I'm not answering that question. I have too much respect for you.
Okay. So,
well, man, thanks for holding down the podcast ship, man.
Wait, I'm sorry. The podcast what? The podcast what?
Ship. You held down the podcast ship, or is it fort? What do you think? You held down the fort.
The fort is easier to understand when you're on the phone. When you say podcast ship, it on the phone it sounds like it could mean something else.
Like you kept it going in the right direction. Like you held the ship down.
Okay, say fort. Say fort. That's better.
Fort. Yeah.
Fort. Yeah. There you go.
The fort like that went by the ship.
Yeah, no,
right? Like
no.
you just like every time, actually it's the ship that went by the fort.
Okay. Listen. People are very gracious. They will tolerate a little bit of solo JoJo, but they don't want that for long.
No, I definitely saw some of that feedback.
Yeah.
I felt bad for you.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, man."
See, at least I had when you had COVID, I had enough common sense to say, "Oh, the solo thing don't work."
Oh no, the solo thing works. It's way better than Steve McCoy. Steve McCoy. Listen, Steve McCoy is like putting on a pair of no. Steve McCoy is like putting on a pair of wet socks. Okay, yeah, sure, you got socks on, but they're soaking wet. No good. Okay.
There's no protection.
No, it's just gross.
No protection, no comfort.
No, it's terrible. You're gonna get blisters, and you're gonna get a rash, and mold in your fungal toenails. It'll be all bad. No, so no, it's not.
Well, I want to thank you, Joe, while I've been out. For everything that you've done, and putting it all together, and just keeping just holding down the ship. I think it's a really tremendous job that you've done.
I love it when
in spite of my COVID, I'm thankful for you.
Oh, so we're going to talk about what you have, your affliction, your malady, your illness.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. You know that.
Well, I don't want to presume.
I appreciate you didn't share it without talking to me first.
No, because you always get a little, hey man, what are you saying?
You are an overshare.
Oh, you're
you are an overshare.
Yeah, because you're a little secret baby is what you are. You're a baby secret, and I'm an open book.
Joe's the guy that. No, you are not.
I'm an open book.
You're an open with everybody else's.
Yes,
book.
I love opening everybody else's book. Don't open my book. I'm a booklet. I have a booklet.
Yeah, so I only got a couple more days left, and I'm good. I'm off. I'm released.
Okay, so can we talk about like when you got it and how long it took you to start feeling better? Your protocol?
I don't know where I'm assuming I got it in Vegas. Man, I told you. Except I was like, how many days was that after? 10, 12 days?
I don't know. I don't
Something
keep track
like
of your calendar.
Yeah. Either way. But I was warning you. Didn't I tell you? I was like, listen, man, I've been rolling the dice. There's no way I can escape. I can escape again, not getting COVID.
So were you back on, you felt bad on a Monday, like the 4th?
No. It was actually a Tuesday.
Oh,
it was Tuesday. It was at the 5th?
Yeah, that's the 5th, yeah. So that's when you felt Tuesday, really sick, and okay.
Oh my gosh. I felt so bad. I got done with the walk. I was at work. I got done with kind of walking around, checking things out. I went to my office, closed the door, turned the light off, and went under my desk for 2 hours.
You pulled a Costanza.
I Costanza'd it.
Wow.
I slept under my desk for like 2 hours.
But not because you were tired, but because you felt so miserable. Like you were.
I had no idea what it was. I had no idea. And I was like,
You're like one of those dogs that when they get sick, they crawl off into the tall grass to die alone. That's what you were doing.
I believe they're warrior dogs. Those are called wolves.
Okay.
I think of wolves.
No, my dog did that.
Your dog.
Oh yeah.
All right, listen, that don't make me feel real good. That Chihuahua was
that was not a Chihuahua. That's what dogs do.
That
man.
Chihuahua, that Jack Russell was nothing, too manly. But no, so I felt it. I was like, The next morning, I was like, I'm going to stay home from work for a bit. You know what I mean? Actually, that was the night because I had no idea. That Tuesday night, I told Michelle, like, hey, I'm kicking you out of the room. You're going to have to sleep in the guest bedroom. Just in case,
In fact, I thought Michelle texted me on Tuesday saying Jimmy is staying in bed. I'm making him stay in bed.
No, that was Wednesday.
Oh, it was because we were supposed to record. That's what it was.
We were supposed to record on a Wednesday.
That's what it was. Yeah, she was like, So
then I went and I was like, Michelle, my wife kept telling me like, nah, you fine, baby. I was like, no, something doesn't feel right. I'm going to go get checked out. She's like, don't get checked out. I'm like, okay. And so I waited till she was gone. And then I drove myself and checked myself, got checked out. And I was like, yeah, I took 2 tests, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to double check this thing. But yeah. So I did that on a Wednesday. And I started, let's just say I started some alternative treatment on that Wednesday. Once I knew for sure.
Oh, did you inject bleach into yourself? Is that what you did?
That was the one thing that Trump said to do that I didn't do.
He never said that. People are so dumb.
He said it, but he was an idiot.
He didn't say it. I just listened to it again. I just listened to the whole thing.
You said put the bleach in his mouth.
No.
I watched the thing live.
No, I just watched it again. I just watched it again.
Don't believe you.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what did you do? Did you do the Joe Rogan treatment? How'd you take care of yourself?
Oh yeah, I did the Joe Rogan COVID cocktail.
Okay.
Went in on Thursday. So actually, even after I began doing some of the items on Wednesday, and I'm not a doctor, so don't go following what I say on these things.
Of course, no.
But
Jimmy's not going to last another week. But go ahead.
I go in Thursday to go get some more treatment. They're convinced I didn't have COVID.
Oh, because you feel so much better, and your symptoms are
gone?
gone?
So much better. Oh yeah, well, I felt so much better. My symptoms were mild. My vitals were strong, all that, right? And I'm like, listen, I got 2 pieces of paper that say I got COVID.
Yeah, if it was a lab, the lab test is the thing. It's the quick test that gets it wrong a lot, but that lab test.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I did both. I did the quick molecular, and then I also did the lab test.
Right.
And
so
they both came.
Did it get rid of your worms? Were you successfully dewormed?
I mean, I did everything Fauci said don't do, and it seemed to work.
Yeah, no, I did. Listen, I did ivermectin, and the next day there was a dramatic improvement.
No, and I listen. I had mild, I got it early.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's the way to do it.
I got it earlier. I mean, I did ivermectin, hydrochloroquine. I did all that stuff. I got did the IV drip, and bam, felt great.
The chronic.
The what?
What?
The what?
What's that?
Did you say chronic?
No, well, I don't know. I was just guessing. I don't know what you're taking over there.
No, I did not take a chronic.
Of course not. Of course not.
Though if you hear me coughing, it's not the chronic.
Yeah. You already got the Seth Rogen laugh, and now you're going to have the Seth Rogen cough. Yeah, you're turning into full-on pothead Seth Rogen. there it is.
Well, no, man, I feel great. I'm good to go. Just a little bit tired, drained.
Okay.
I'm good to go. I can't wait to get out of this room.
Yeah, well, I've seen your wife and kids more than I've seen you because I keep coming to your door to get stuff or drop stuff off. I can't see you. I'm seeing everybody else. But you know what?
No.
Your kids have been really warm to me.
Well, it's probably because they're like, oh, finally, like a male figure round.
Well, I think they're preparing. Like maybe I'm gonna have to step in to be the father figure after you pass on. So I think I'll have to be like Uncle Joe. No, I'm just like Uncle Joe that stops by to check on the kids. I'm that guy. That's what I'm saying. If you don't make it,
I'm gonna go. Listen, man, I'm just gonna let you know right now. I'm gonna make sure this ship gets righted so that doesn't happen.
Just for the record, everybody, if you can't properly hear him, he is saying SHIP as in Paul ship.
Yeah.
He's trying to right the ship, but he keeps
right the ship.
But he keeps talking about stepping on the ship and smelling it, and I don't. So it's confusing because you're mixing the metaphors. It's okay.
No,
it's fine.
Sometimes you step in it. Sometimes you step in the ship. Yeah, right, and then you go along your journey.
Yeah, it's okay. It's true. I guess it's true.
Well, that is true. I don't even know what's going on now.
So listen.
Are you? Come on now. We haven't talked. So this is like the only.
I know.
Companionship I get.
Yeah, well, I know because I try.
Have we talked about Chappelle? You've been like Chappelling me. Are you trying to Chappelle me?
No. Actually, I haven't even watched it yet. I've been waiting for the weekend. So yeah, I will be watching Chappelle's newest special. But I've seen some of the clips because of
I personally don't think it's his best work.
Right.
I still think it's fantastic.
Yep.
And. Yeah.
Well, we'll have some.
He really went at some people.
Yeah, no, I've heard and I've seen a couple of clips, and of course.
Oh man, see, all I got to do is watch documentaries. Do you want to talk about Glass? I've watched some great documentaries on Glass.
No.
Whales. Should we talk about whales?
No. First of all,
dude, all I have is like documentaries.
Okay, that's not all you have. First of all, it's October, so you should be watching horror movies. In fact,
I can't do it.
Okay, listen. Here's the thing. There's some really good ones out there. But I'll tell you this. Do you know the movie Child's Play?
Yes.
Okay. Who is the main character in Child's Play?
Well, I don't know the kid. Like, is that Chucky the doll?
Chucky, yeah, that's right. He's the main character, right? Chucky the doll. Okay. Hi, I'm Chucky. All right. So, and really that doll was patterned after the My Buddy doll. When I was a little kid, I saw the My Buddy doll, and I wanted the My Buddy doll because I didn't have any friends. I thought he could be my buddy, but we couldn't afford it, so I never got My Buddy. Anyway, it
tells us everything about
this
right
is
there.
That's 50%.
We couldn't afford it, so I had no friends, and that doll turned out to be psychotic.
Yeah, listen, I'll tell you this: the only friend I could have gotten was one I had to buy, and we couldn't
and
buy
even
him.
Then they were all out.
Yeah, no, we didn't have the money, and so now I only have Jimmy as a friend because the church pays him to be my friend. Everybody wants to know what Jimmy really does, what his hours were given to. They pay him to be my friend, so I won't be all by myself. That's what they do. So, but here's the thing.
All right, so my buddy.
Okay, so Child's Play, and it was followed up with a bunch of sequels that weren't very good. But Chucky as a horror icon has become very well known. Anyways, the Sci-Fi Channel has launched a new series called Chucky, created by the original creator of Child's Play. And just dropped an episode. So listen, you don't just have documentaries. You've got series, you've got movies, you've got all kinds of things that you could be watching.
You know what I want to watch, but I'm too afraid to watch it?
What's that?
Go ahead. I guarantee you're going to know.
Midnight Mass.
What is so...
Midnight Mass?
No, I guess you don't know.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Is it a horror? Is it scary?
I don't know. It's Squid Games?
Oh, Squid Games is good. I mean, it's for adults.
I'm too afraid.
No. It's not a horror movie. Not at all. Not at all.
Oh, it seems too scary.
It's not. It's more action and drama. But if you watch Squid Games, be sure to don't listen to it dubbed, because otherwise the acting is horrible. You watch it in the Korean language, but with English subtitles, and you'll be golden.
All right. Maybe I'll...
All right, but
I'm trying to get Michelle to watch it with me, but she's
Yeah,
I'm more afraid than her.
She can't read that well, so Canadian
schooling. No, she struggled.
She can't put her finger on the screen and run it along the lines of text. Just forget it.
She's like, we're done.
Okay, listen, let's do this. We needed to get together just to give the people something, because we'll be back next week. But why don't we talk about Pastor Appreciation Month? Here's the thing. I wanted to talk about that new G3 fellowship of churches. Have you seen this thing? You've been out of commission.
Wait, the G3 fellowship of churches? Are we talking about the racist thing or the quote unquote racist accusation? No.
G3. You know what the G3 conference is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So G3 Ministries, right? They have the conference with the really bad logo. And yeah. So now they have a new thing, and it is the G3 Church Network. And so like Owen Strahan and other these people are talking about how this is a new reformed coalition. And but okay, we're not going to talk about it, but I just want to tell you what it says. Here are the minimal requirements.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. In order to be a member of the G3 Church Network, the following minimal requirements must be reached. Number one, the 1689 London Baptist Confession. So it says the pastors have to affirm it. And if you have exceptions, just, write those down. The problem is that like, you can't affirm the 1689 and be a dispensationalist. And a lot of these guys are not covenant theologians. They're not dispensationalists. So you'd have to cut out large swaths of the 1689. So I'd like to see how they actually apply that. But nevertheless, they're saying 1689, so that's good. The pastors of the church must be willing to sign the Statement on Social Justice and the Gospel. Okay. And you have to make a financial commitment of $500 a year. So there you go. If you want to,
only 500.
Yeah, 500 a year. That's the minimal kind of. Yep, $500 a year. So it's just.
Have they shared what that money goes towards, or no?
Let's see. It lists opportunities. So let's see. There's an invitation to a biennial pastors retreat. So maybe it goes to offset some of that cost. There's websites, it's discounts.
Yeah, there's got to be some administrative aspect to it. Obviously, there's always a front office fee. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ministry projects, ministry partnerships, church planting is something that they want to do. But some people are like, wait a minute, because G3 really isn't reformed. It's Calvinist. It's Calvinistic. It's so it's the 5 points, but it's really not. Like a lot of the guys that they interact with are not like actually covenantal Reformed Baptist or particular Baptist, whatever. So people are just talking a lot about it. And I thought we could talk about it, but we have to wait till you're here because it's a whole thing.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. How many churches did they say how many signed up yet?
Well, I'm going to imagine it's going to be significant because, they get 6,000 people at a conference every year.
Yeah, do you think, 6,000, let's just say 100 churches, right?
I would imagine represents more than 100 churches personally, but I'm
saying 100 churches that actually move or join.
Oh yeah. Listen, that's a lot of churches. If they got 100 churches to say we're going to leave the SBC, and some seem to be saying that, and we're going to join this group.
That's 50,000 a year right there.
So yeah, man, it's interesting. And it's like, I'm not mad at G3. It's just that I don't associate. It's like they're just very much like, I knew people that were there. I know a number of people that were there, and a lot of them were like, yeah, man, the people that are there love it, but boy, they really are about what they are not about. You know what I mean? Like, these guys really are about what they're upset about. And it's like, they're becoming known for what they're against. And, even just like, what's his name? Owen Strahan, when he put this thing up on Twitter, and he said, what's this called? G3. And he said, oh, I'm really excited about this new, reformed group or whatever. And when he said that, there his name is. And when he said that, here's how he put it. He said, Okay, I'm sorry. I'm scrolling down. Okay.
No, you're good. You're good.
Unlike wokeness. Okay, here are some most recent tweets, by the way. Unlike wokeness, blah, blah, blah. There is no grace in wokeness. Okay.
No, I remember. I saw that one.
Okay. G3 inestimable bolstered. Okay. G3 inestimably bolstered by the new reformed coalition being built informally around the gathered church, gospel zeal, sola scriptura, reformational conviction, no merging of Catholic and Protestant doctrine, unapologetic complementarity, and a rejection of wokeness. So yeah, it's just it's an interesting thing. But
well, I mean, I think. Well, I know. Okay, I guess I'll wait. My initial thoughts is like, the SBC and executive committee have some blame to bear for this, right?
Yeah, they have. But again, like most of the people that I know that are joining that aren't leaving because of the executive committee. They're leaving more because of the wokeness that they're afraid of in the SBC.
No, for sure, yeah. And that's what I'm saying, right? Like, is there has been messaging that's been confusing, right? At the beginning, there's things like Kyle Howard and some of these other guys in seminaries and stuff saying what they were saying. Seminaries, not necessarily purging right away or even saying things right away. I mean, Al Mohler being one.
Right.
It wasn't until after that he finally had, more of a firm position on it, I guess.
Right. But that's not executive committee stuff. I'm just saying like
no. I'm just saying executive. I said SBC and the executive committee.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And so it's still an SBC leadership, right?
Oh, yeah, totally.
But I feel like most of the seminaries, as far as the leadership goes, came out against wokeness. I'm trying to think specifically about any seminary that
they're making statements about critical race theory, anyways.
Critical race theory. Thank you.
Yeah. So this just I don't know. All right, let's do this. We got a little bit of time. Okay, because I know you're all tuckered out. From
I got my tea. I'm good.
Okay. Oh my gosh. You've already changed so much ever since you got COVID.
No, I've always had
drinking your tea.
I've always enjoyed my Yorkshire. Yorkshire tea.
Yeah, I know. Pinky's out. There you go.
Actually, it is out.
Yeah, of course it is.
So Michelle did not put any whole milk in it. I'm gonna have to talk to her.
Okay. Well, let's give some people some advice first. Okay.
All right, go.
All right. It's Pastor Appreciation Month, or Clergy Appreciation Month. Technically, is the term for it. And so, there are a lot of people out there that don't know that. There are a lot of churches out there that know about this very well, and they do a lot to show kindness to their pastors. For the record, I and the elders at Redeemer, we love our church. We know that they are thankful. We feel very honored by them. So you don't need to do anything. We've made that very clear. We're already great. So thank you for loving us. We love you. But we want to give some advice to other people as this month is coming around, because a lot of pastors are leaving the ministry. A lot of pastors are on the verge of leaving the ministry. A lot of pastors are burnt out, discouraged, and weary. And there are a million different reasons for it. And so I thought we could talk about ways in which people could encourage the pastors that they love. Because listen, some pastors are toxic and they should be fired because they're abusive, ungodly people. But most pastors, I think, out there, at least the ones that I know, are good and godly men. So let me put it this way. 1 Timothy 5:17 says, "Let the elders who rule well be considered worthy of double honor, especially those who labor in preaching and teaching." So we want to honor those that serve and those that lead. And if you're at a church and you've been blessed with leadership and a pastor or pastors that have helped you grow spiritually and shepherded you, we want to give you some ways in which you can actually encourage them. And the reason I thought we should do this is because I've seen some articles out there. And I was reading one, I'm not going to say where I read it, but it was Lifeway. And there was I'm reading this article on what you can do, and I'm reading it and I'm going, this was written by a woman, which isn't wrong. Okay, it's not wrong. It's fine.
Oh, here we go.
Just saying.
Here we go.
I could tell it. And these are like, hey, here are 10 things you can do for your pastor during Pastor Appreciation Month. And one of them was, and this is when I said that, one of them was, hey, get into his office and, maybe redecorate. Paint, put some fresh paint on, put some flowers in there. That's when I scrolled.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I scrolled back up. I'm like, this is a woman, right? Yeah. Okay. That's a woman. Okay. And I scrolled back down and kept reading. But no pastor wants you to do that. No male pastor wants you to do that. In fact, most people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and they said, well, be sure and check with his wife. No. Listen, Jimmy, do you want your wife and your friends decorating your office without you knowing what's going on? Probably not.
No, and I trust the show.
Yeah. So don't pastor want you to do that. But what are some things that people can actually do that would be a real encouragement to pastors out there who are laboring in the ministry?
I mean, I think the absolute bare minimum, simplest thing you could do is
cash.
Write a card.
Oh, sorry, card. Yes. different C word. Okay.
Different C word. Yes. Yeah. Write a card. Man.
Yes.
Write a card. Just expressing your appreciation, saying thank you for, that you, and even acknowledging and recognizing, hey, I know it's been a difficult season.
Yeah.
I know it's been a trying season. I know it's been a difficult season. I just want you to know I'm praying for you and for your family, and I praise God for you and for what He's doing in you and through you here at the church. Right?
Yeah, totally.
I think that's the absolute simplest and basic thing that you could do is just write a card.
Man,
send an email.
Totally agree. And I just want to help you say, I want to echo what you're saying, right? Because
here we go. Go ahead.
Because it's great to get a card that you sign. That's great. But it means much more if you actually, which is what Jimmy's talking about, write out a message on a card, on paper. Email's fine, but it's better, man. I'm telling you, it's better if you can get them an actual thing that they can hold that says what you're thinking. In fact,
think of it. One of the family. Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say? I'll let you finish.
I was gonna say, in fact, pastors keep those things. Like like I said, I don't keep cards that say "Happy Birthday, love Dad," or "Love your kids." Those go in the trash.
Yeah,
I appreciate them, but I'm not going to keep it. But if you write me a note and say something like, "Hey, man, I'm thankful for you. You've been blah blah blah." So the more you say, the more value it has to the individual that you're trying to bless. And so, yes, I think not only do I think it's the easiest thing to do, to write them a personal note of encouragement, to tell them how God is using them, to tell them why you're thankful for them, but it's also one of the most important things. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Oh, no, I was actually, you beat me to it about keeping it. I mean, we still have, Joe and I going into the pastor's lounge. We're going through a difficult season. A family, wanted to share their appreciation. The kids drew a photo and everything.
Yeah, and then they left. Then they left the church, dude. They left us.
They moved to Texas.
Same thing.
They moved to Texas, but it was still it was still very impactful and very appreciative. For just that, and it's still hanging, right? It's still hanging, and it's a reminder that, at least for me, when I walk by it.
Yeah, of course.
Despite the season, despite all the negativity that sometimes we hear, right, from people, that people are not satisfied and people are upset or someone's offended, it's there are others that appreciate what we're doing. Yeah.
And the reason Jimmy loves that so much is because his name is the biggest. Thank you, Pastor Jimmy, across the top, like marquee, top billing. And then it's like on the side, they had to squeeze in, hey, you better say something about Pastor Joe and Pastor Joe. And so they squeezed us into. Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when the kids see me taking care of stuff all the time.
Yeah. All right. All right, so obviously a handwritten note would really mean a lot. Of course, there are some simple things that you can do, especially if you have a comfortable relationship with them. You might not want to do this if you're not really close, but you can invite them out for coffee or for a lunch. Yeah. Take them somewhere that you know that they will like, or give them a gift card so that they can go and take their wife or take their kids to a place.
I would say that's even better.
Oh yeah,
like as much as I know, Joe or Pat or anyone would like to go out for dinner, I know that they'd appreciate more being able to, like Joe or Pat would like to go out with their spouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, or like, or Jimmy and I might go out. See, here's the thing. If Jimmy gets a card and I get a card, then I get to go out twice because I go with Jimmy on his card and then he goes out with me on my card.
Is that how it works?
That's how we do it.
That's how it works. But yeah, something as simple as a gift card, right? As a gift card out for a meal. Even if, offering, saying, hey, not only here's a card for dinner, but here's, $40 for the sitter.
Yeah.
If they got kids, right? Like being able to kind of show your appreciation by enabling a night out, because that not only that is that blessing your pastor, but it's also blessing the pastor's wife too, that, while she's not in charge and she's not a pastor and she doesn't have spiritual oversight, she still ministers to him well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's really important to highlight that during this time.
Another thing that you can do is you can help. And again, you need to know your pastor. Hopefully, in my opinion, your pastor likes to study, wants to study, and needs resources. Now, listen, if your pastor already has a giant book budget and access to lots of things, then you helping him with a commentary isn't necessary because it's built into what he does. But a lot of pastors, especially of smaller churches, don't have the resources that they need. And so resources that if you want to bless them in a more costly manner, right? If you have the ability and something that you want to do, a lot of guys, like I knew guys that couldn't afford a computer, and the church couldn't buy them one. And so, like, if you have the ability, you could buy your pastor a computer. And if you're going to get him a computer or a commentary set, then you should actually talk to them about it. You know what I mean? It's like you actually should. Yeah. What do you need? Because this is what I want to do for you. And so you want to get them. You don't want to buy them Warren Wiersbe's B series on the books of the Bible if that's not his thing. You know what I mean?
It's no one's thing.
No, Steve McCoy has that series. So
you know what? I think I might have it. I might have it in my log on.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. That doesn't count. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I knew a guy. Okay, I think his name was Bob Gray. He was a pastor at the first church I ever went to once I got saved. And he told the story when he was a young pastor, broke, poor, no money. And he was already old when he was telling the story. So this was probably, we're probably talking Model T era of cars. Anyways, so he's talking about how, he was really broke. And one of his parishioners, right, congregants, comes to him and he goes, hey, listen, I need some help buying a car. I know you know car stuff, so I want to go look at these cars. And so he's like, yeah, sure, I'll help you. So they got lunch and they went out and looked at these cars. And he goes, Bob, which one, gets better gas mileage? Which one would be like a better, blah, blah. And then and this guy had already worked all this out with a dealer. Once it was all, he's like, okay, great. This is the one I'm going to get. He said, all right, the car's for you. And he bought him the car, gave him the car right away. That's huge. Obviously, that's somebody that has a lot of dough and his pastor was in a particular need. But the point is that, yeah, you can look for opportunities to bless them with a gift, of something that's.
Man, who blessed Hensley with that Corvette?
I think that was a gift from a Big Eva. I think it was a Big Eva gift.
Once he joined the ranks of Big Eva.
Yeah. He starts.
That was just part of his compliance.
Yeah, he becomes one of the good old boys. He becomes a company man, and all of a sudden, he's got the James McDonald car blessing.
Oh goodness! Yeah. Oh goodness, Matt, I don't believe that about you.
Oh, Matt ain't listening. Get out of here.
No, I'm just saying, Matt, I don't believe that about you.
Yeah, of course not. No, Matt, you're an awesome guy.
But where'd you get that car?
Yeah,
Inquiring minds want to know.
A simple thing to do.
Going down dirt roads in a Corvette.
Yeah.
What is this Duke boy stuff?
Yeah, I was gonna say he's living in 1983 is what it is.
Duke boy at it again. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So I was gonna say, and if you don't know, you can find out usually by talking to, if there's a church secretary or ministry assistant, they will oftentimes know. You can, of course, talk to their spouse or their friends or their family. But sometimes you can find out, hey, listen, you know what? They love this thing. This is something that they're all about, right? It could be anything from his favorite candy to, whatever, coffee. But that kind of a thing, like it can go a long way just to show, that you don't have to spend a lot of money.
At Redeemer, we get cigars and bourbon.
Okay, well, listen, I can't say that hasn't happened. I can't say that hasn't happened. But I don't want anything. I really don't want it. I'm so grateful to be where I'm at. I'm so
sure. Yeah. Sure. So, but if Joey was to get a box of New World.
No, I would never. I put the kibosh on them just giving the whole gift. It's just, keep it, like, be happy. I'm happy. I know that you guys love me. So I'm very happy with that. So, yeah.
But the Sai is Toro.
Thankfully, nobody knows what that means. They'll be like, I don't know. He wants he wants an old world bolo or something. And Jimmy already said this. Let's just say this. Make sure when you're remembering your pastor or your elders or whatever, remember their wives. And again, just the best thing that you can do, honestly, the most meaningful thing is just write them a note. Write them a note and say, hey, thank you. We're praying for you. We love you. And here's a Corvette so you and Hensley can drive down to Hazard, Kentucky, and run from the law. All right. So, yeah, listen, I'm grateful for my pastors, which are, Jimmy, right here.
Yeah, you forgot to turn that down right away.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah, that thing jacked up. No. Yeah, it was too high when you said that.
No, it was totally quiet. What are you talking about?
I was actually about to text you like, hey, dude, you got to start the music.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I'm doing Jimmy's job right now, okay? So I got to cut me some slack. I'm very grateful for the pastors in my life, and I feel very protected and very cared for by them. I feel very supported by them. And so thank you, Jimmy, and thanks to any of the other elders who are listening. I know I'm blessed, and I want every church out there that is blessed with pastors who are serving well. I want them to just be encouraged to say thank you to the men that are serving them, loving them, leading them, because it really does mean a lot. I've known guys who are underappreciated and don't even get a thank you in October.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like if nothing was said to you and me in October, I wouldn't feel slighted because I feel like I'm honored throughout the year anyways. But I know people out there that are essentially underappreciated, and let's get rid of that.
Well, we'd love to hear your thoughts. You can follow us online on Instagram, Twitter, @DocandDevo, or on Facebook /Doctrine and Devotion. You can head to the website, doctrinedevotion.com. They can contact us. You can sign up for the email blast at the store, jofostore.com, and grab some gear. We got that fresh pod every Monday and Thursday. We got blog posts and video content over at the website. And we want to thank you, our All Access subscribers. They've got their Banter of Truth on Tuesday, their Weekday Wisdom Monday through Friday. Head on over to DoctrineDevotion.com/all-access to sign up today.
Hey.
Later.
Hey, Jimmy. What are these buttons do?
Yeah, you got to hit the now.
Look at that.
Volume up.
Oh, this one?
Hit that volume up.
What are these two? Oh, these are cool. That's what you push?
That's what you push. You're hitting the wrong one.
I'm trying to... Oh. Okay, there, I got it.
So now we just got to let it go.
Oh, sorry. Bye, everybody.